What up? What up? What up, everybody? You're looking at Dave, Coach Schwartz, and he's rocking the shades. He's got his hat and the Triple G Gennady Golovkin. That's an official T-shirt, and it's already turned some heads here at the track. We're at Santa Monica College track, and we're not by ourselves, although the track is pretty empty right now. But when we first got here, a lot of folks running and getting their workouts in. Equipo de Dinero says, before you start, get one lap in. Oh, I've done my laps, homie. I've done my laps, and I will do more laps. Coach Schwartz will see to that. But Dave, you were at Belasco Theater on Friday to witness LA Fight Club. You took in the entire show.
I did.
So you were there, and what were your impressions?
I mean, Golden Boy has their act together. The fights were great. There's a real good flow to it. I mean, I've been to a lot of fights. I mean, it was one of the better times. And see who's walking in right now.
Who we got here?
God.
Oh, no. Promoter of the year, Tom Loeffler. Get out of here.
Of the decade.
Come here, Tom. Tom's not talking to Al Heyman, everybody.
Nice shirt.
Yeah. Hey, man, people take note, Tom. I didn't wear my Triple G gear. What a sucker I am. We're on Periscope, man.
Oh, on the Periscope.
Yeah, you gonna skip some rope with me?
Not today.
Do you have any announcement, any news, any breaking news for the fans out there?
Unfortunately not. We're just waiting from the ruling from the WBA. We're supposed to get it tomorrow on the purse split.
Can you clarify something for me? Now, normally when a fight goes to purse bid,
or is this off the record?
No, we're just clarifying rules.
Watching, right?
No. Oh, everyone's watching. WBA rules. Normally when it's a WBA champ fighting like a mandatory guy, number one contender, the purse split is 75-25?
No, it's that's in the case of a super champion. Champion fighting a mandatory defense is 75-25.
Okay, now when it's a super champion against a regular champion, which is what Danny Jacobs is, what is the mandated split?
That's 75-25.
That's 75-25.
Anything related to a super champion is 75-25. If it's a vacant title or if it's a regular champion.
Oh, against an interim champion, then it's different. Right, okay. So,
look, I think.
But Team Jacobs wants 60-40?
That's what they petitioned for, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, from our perspective, Gennady has accomplished so much. He's had 16 WBA title defenses and sold out arenas worldwide. But, you know, everyone's going to have their own perspective on it. And unfortunately, I tried to work out a deal earlier, just, you know, subject to what the split is going to be. And we haven't really gotten far in the negotiations. So we're going to wait till they rule on the split and then see if we can make a deal with that.
Have you gotten to the point where you start to think about,
by the way, I'm not giving interviews.
All right.
So
That's true. You know what, Tom?
Dodging the media for a week.
No, Tom. I know we ambushed you, but it was his idea.
Yeah.
No, seriously. That means you're still negotiating.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you go media silence, that means you're working. You're doing your job.
Look, I'm always working. I'm always trying to make deals for Gennady
and for Vladimir Klitschko too. You've got two great champions. You've got to find dance partners for and work it out.
In a very strong position as far as trying to get his titles back right now.
Right.
So, we'll see how that plays out.
Have the sanctioning organizations announced what they're going to do with Tyson Fury's belts, the WBO and the WBA?
Not yet. And the IBO.
On the IBO. Didn't mean to diss them.
Titles are on the line. It just. They haven't ruled yet as to what they're going to do with Fury's championship status. So we're just waiting on that, and then seeing what's the best option for.
Is there a target month for Klitschko that you'd like to have him back, like December?
He
wants
trying to as soon as possible.
And he's been training all year. He's been training all year, right?
Yeah, he's been
basically
out for over a year. Yeah. So.
All right. So this is what you're working on.
He's anxious to get back in the ring and anxious to prove that he's still the best heavyweight champion in the world.
Right. All right. So you're working on that, and that's why you got to come to the track and
that's a whole different
run out your frustrations, and you got to be in shape to go through with these negotiations.
This is the second day in a row here.
Oh, really?
It feels like a marathon with this mandatory now. I mean, that's the downside of trying to be
undisputed
and undisputed champion is if you have so many mandatory defenses, you know, you get put into situations. Otherwise, you know, Gennady, you know, he wants to fight 3-4 times a year, and then this is like really put like a big speed bump in announcing his next fight.
Yeah.
But you know, look, there's a lot of champions who avoid their mandatories. You know, Felix Sturm was was a super champion for over 2 years and had Gennady as mandatory and never fought the fight. And I've been telling people, look, Gennady, he fought Dominic Wade, was IBF mandatory, and now Jacobs is WBA mandatory, and he's not running from
And Jacobs isn't the first WBA interim champ that didn't want to put those belts together, because Hassan Indom was WBA interim, and he gave up that belt, but then fought for the WBO. Yeah,
he preferred not to enforce his mandatory status. Yeah.
Oh, Hoopster says, Tom, please make it happen. I want to go to New York for a fight. And,
hey, I want to go to New York.
Yeah.
Dave already booked his room in New York, and I want to go to New York.
Jumping the gun.
Also,
yeah.
So let me ask you this. Yeah. It's just, I mean, I talked to a guy who's really connected with the PBC yesterday.
Okay.
And he's telling me
Carl. Yeah.
And he's telling me that Jacobs is afraid to fight Triple G.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know.
That's what he's telling me. He said he knows. He said he knows about his chin. But let me ask you this: I mean, I'm praying. I got everyone praying for this fight to happen. But if it falls through, do you have a plan B?
I mean, just to go back to that first say, I don't think that Jacobs is afraid to fight Triple G. I think they were just trying to improve their negotiating position.
Well, I hope that's right. I hope that's the truth.
But
we'll see. So
I think it's a great fight. I mean,
it's a sensational fight. It's a good fight for Jacobs. It's sort of
look, Jacobs has the opportunity. Jacobs has the opportunity not only to fight for the WBA title, but as hard as we've worked, unifying with Lemieux for the IBF champion, chasing Canelo with the WBC title. Well, first Cotto and then Canelo. Well, first Sergio Martinez.
First Sergio Martinez.
And then Cotto, and then Canelo. Then he finally wound up getting the WBC title. So, look, I mean, if Danny Jacobs beats Triple G, he's now all of a sudden at the top of the.
He's a unified middleweight champ. Yeah, except for the WBO.
Yep.
It's definitely worth it.
And you would think, listen, Danny Jacobs turns 30.
Don't leave Billy Joe Saunders out. We also made an offer to him as well.
And he's out there still chirping away.
He's deaf, though.
Now he says that he wants to fight, so we'll see. We'll see if that's just.
You know, with Saunders, he doesn't see the WBO title. He sees a lottery ticket.
Well,
so it's
I would
which
say,
lottery's going to give him more?
I would say Triple G has completely changed the economics of the middleweight division. I remember when Daniel Geale was going to fight on HBO against Pirog. I mean, I keep going back to this. Was Gennady's first fight on HBO, and Geale
September
was fight,
2012.
Yeah, and for $600,000, Geale was gonna fight. No, he was gonna fight for less on HBO, and then for $600,000, he took his title and went to Germany to defend the title against Sturm. And those economics are like completely out the window.
Well, now people are talking $4 million, which is what like heavyweight championship challengers.
It's bizarre.
So like big time heavyweight champions.
I mean, Doug, you know I've been in boxing for a long time. We know each other for a long time, and it's always been the mentality has always been if I get the opportunity to fight for a world championship, I'll do whatever I can.
You do it.
Gennady would have basically fought for free against Sturm just to get the opportunity to fight, and he basically did that to get his HBO debut. He fought for almost nothing just to get the exposure on HBO, and now it's like people are acting like if they fight Triple G, they're going to retire after the fight. I don't understand.
Well, in a way, it's the respect they have for him. They know they're not only going to take an L, they're going to take a beating, which is fine. I can understand that. But here's the thing. At the same time, the same people who are prospective challengers to Triple G, they all talk about how basic he looks and hittable he is and slow and flat-footed, and he was exposed against a welterweight.
When there's no chance of fighting.
Right, exactly. And then I'm like, wait, you're going to say all this, how ordinary he is, and then you're going to ask for $5 million.
You would think.
Plus, you want to be co-promoter.
You would think. You would think it'd be an easy payday.
Plus, you want a piece of Triple G's contract.
Right. And name who the announcer is going to be.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right.
Hey, so Tom doesn't love it. He's got it. You got to get in shape, Tom. All right, Tom. Thanks for talking with us. All right, Dave.
Wow, we have made it. This is it.
Here we go.
Hey, we made it. So you were asking me.
Serendipity.
Hey, that was great. Hey, so Anyway, you were asking about the fights at the Belasco.
Yeah.
I've been to so many fights. It was one of the better times. Then I watched the TV of it, so you can watch.
It's not TV; it's streaming.
Well, stream. I watched the streaming,
multiple platforms,
which is you could watch it on. What's that one I watch it on?
You can watch it on ringtv.com. You can watch it through live stream.
Yeah, live stream. So I watched it on live stream.
You can watch it on TV with Roku.
And then you play it back, so it shows the whole card. Well, when Damon Allen was fighting, Doug was interviewing Bernard Hopkins the entire fight. One of the most incredible interviews. It was the best. I mean, it was like a scripted movie almost, with two great actors. And then after the fight, where Damon, he had a draw. I thought he won by a shade, but it was a real good fight. And Damon is, like Bernard, sort of his mentor. And then they had a discussion with Bernard and Damon. Oh my goodness, it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
you got to watch
it.
You got to watch it. I mean, Bernard Hopkins is so together. I mean, it was like a father talking to his son. It was in a great way, and the kid was great. Damon understood it. He listened. He didn't take any of it personally.
Yeah.
He
was disappointed, but I think he realized he needed to.
Yeah, he wasn't on the
start
defensive.
A little quicker, go to the body a little bit earlier. Definitely finish stronger, and he admitted that he was thinking about the rounds because he had never fought past 6 rounds.
Yeah.
So he's thinking about conserving energy in rounds 7 and 8 when he really needed to be taking it to this 37-year-old journeyman and letting him know, hey man, I'm the up and comer. I'm the young man. I'm gonna remind you that you've got a lot of wear and tear. But he didn't. He opened the door to being outworked by the veteran.
And hopefully that helped.
I wasn't mad at the draw either, and
No.
neither was Hopkins. I thought the kid won 5 rounds to 3. But 1 round difference, you're talking about a draw.
I think in the long run, the draw helps the kid more than getting a win.
It's a reality check.
And
and a learning experience.
At least he didn't get the loss.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I wanted to mention, Steve Kim has this, it's called the 3 knockdown rule with Mario Lopez.
Yeah.
And this week they had Eric Gomez on the whole time.
El Presidente.
And Gomez is impressive.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he was so good. And
I can't skip rope today.
And you learned about Gomez, and he was there at the fights the other night. I mean, and the other guy, let me just tell you, Beto Duran. Wow, the team of Steve Kim, Doug, and Beto Duran, does not get any better. It was incredible. Anyway, Doug, you're doing a great job there, and it was.
Thank you.
Have you watched that interview?
Yeah.
Afterwards?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. No, I actually tweeted it out.
I mean, it was.
See it if they missed it.
And did you watch the one with Bernard and Damon?
Yeah, that's what I tweeted out.
It was really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we really have time for any questions. I mean.
Most of our time was with.
Yeah, but we.
What was the trivia subject?
The trivia subject was, I read the Ringside Boxing Show, which is Dennis Taylor's website, which is incredible. And I go through it every day. I just look at today's headlines, and he's got like 10 or 15 stories. And,
it's like a hub for boxing news.
And it's really good. And his the question was one of the things he had in this week was the 10 greatest featherweights of all time.
10 featherweights.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll tell you what, just a quickie.
All right.
Why don't you give me the first 5?
I love featherweights, by the way.
The first 5 that he has on his list of 10.
You want me to try to guess what they are?
Yeah.
I would say Willie Pep.
Yeah, he's number 1.
Sandy Sadler.
Yeah, he's number 3.
Salvador Sanchez.
Yeah, number 4.
Let's see here.
2 real big names. I mean.
Oh, Henry Armstrong.
Yeah, number 2.
Great featherweights.
Yeah.
So many. Gosh.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you a hint. He had a draw, and then he came back and knocked him out. And late in his career, he had a draw in Mexico, I think.
Draw in Mexico.
And then he came back. He said he had been sick in that fight, and he came back in the rematch. And
I think you're thinking of Ricardo Lopez. That was strawweight.
Ozuma.